In other videos, I showed you how to drill into concrete block, drive in Tapcons, such as this one, into the concrete block. But there may be a time when you want to put a Tapcon, drill into and drive a Tapcon into your concrete floor. And it's a little bit different because the concrete block is much softer and less dense compared to the concrete floor, which is why I'm not even going to bother with my cordless, and I'm going to use my corded hammer drill to get some more revolutions and some more power. I'm not really going to install anything today, but just for demonstration purposes, I'm going to be drilling a hole and then driving in the Tapcons. You might want to put a sill plate 2x4, and for that you can use a bunch of these. You could install them every 12 or 18 inches or so, and then you would pre-drill your 2x4 and then use this. Obviously also going to pre-drill your hole for the concrete screw, and then it will drive through and then hold the 2x4. You can also use beveled ones with a flat head, and that will help to countersink. Or you can install something like some kind of bracket or something, depending on what you're installing. You have these 5/16 ones are larger, but of course will not fit in a lot of these fittings, these hardware. I showed in another video how to use these wedge anchors, because these are another option rather than using Tapcons. These are really heavy duty, even the small ones. This is a small one, 5/16. Instructions on the back tells you which bit size to use. For instance, this one will be a 5/16. As I demonstrated here, you drill a 5/16 hole, take the nut and the washer off, drive in the bolt, and then put whatever you're putting down on it over it, and then you'll put the washer and the nut on top of that. Tighten the nut, and what that does is expand. It pulls up on the bolt, which then expands into the hole. And it would take a tremendous amount of force to pull that up. So if you're not using Tapcons, and what Tapcons, then you can use the wedge anchors. What Tapcons do is they'll cut their own threads. And they'll drill a hole the size of the shank, and then as you drive it in, it'll cut its own threads. And then you really only need 1-inch embedment, but you have more like this, and that's going to be pretty strong. Different sizes of these wedge anchors. These are really big. Put like a ledger board or something attached to either concrete block or solid concrete. So for these 5/16 ones, I'll be using a 1/4-inch bit, and what that does is it allows the bolt to cut its threads in the hole. And then I will be using a vacuum cleaner. You can also use pipe cleaners or something to brush out, blow out the dust. And you'll also be drilling a hole that's deeper than the bolt, because as it's cutting its threads, all that debris is going to fall down. So even if you vacuum everything up, you'll still have debris in the hole because it'll be cutting threads, and I'll have to push that debris somewhere, so it'll end up going to the bottom of the hole. So make sure you drill a hole that's deep enough for the bolt.